What's up, wrestling fans? Look at him. It's Roman Reigns. It's Roman Reigns. Jake DeMarco, I want to ask you, why does Roman Reigns suck?
You know, somebody had asked me this on Twitter before earlier too, and I think I can pinpoint it all towards when CM Punk left the company. CM Punk left, and when he did, I should say not when he left, but when he did the interview with Colt Cabana, and he talked about how it was his idea to form the Shield, and when he faced the Shield 3-on-1, how no matter what, everybody kept coming to him and saying, "You got to make Roman look strong. You got to make Roman look strong," and that resonated with the online fans. And I think from then, that's when people really started to resent his push that he was given.
You know, I forgot all about that. I forgot about that. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I think that was like the pivotal moment in the fans revolting against his push, because people were still on his side for the most part. They weren't really against him yet. And then you heard the backstage politics of, all right, you're going to win, but you got to make Roman look strong. And CM Punk's arguing, well, how do I make him strong if I beat him? Then you got to let him win. He's like, no. Just make sure you make Roman look strong. And they, enunciated that so many times. They made that a pivotal moment, I think, in Roman's career, incidentally, just by him talking.
Yeah, because stuff gets around the internet so much. But now that's, sure, that's part of the detriment to his career, perhaps. But I'm going to go ahead and say, and by the way, everybody listening right now to the Joe Cronin Show, click that red subscribe button down below. Hit the subscribe button. Don't miss my daily wrestling news and rumors. And make sure you share this video everywhere you can. Put it up on Facebook. Take an ad out on Facebook and share it there. I don't fucking do everything you have to do. I think it's really just comes down to the fact that they won't flip him heel. And that's really why I believe he sucks right now. Because
absolutely.
30% of the crowd loves him. And maybe 20% of the crowd is like indifferent or thinks he's all right. And then 50% of the crowd, it seems, just hates him. And I feel like if you flip this guy heel, it's the same thing as Rocky Maivia. I mean, it's the same thing as The Rock. It's to me, it's the same.
Die, Rocky, die.
It's almost the same thing, right? It's almost die, Rocky, die. But the problem is there's that 35% of the audience that seems to like him. And that's something where The Rock came out. I feel like 10% of the audience liked him, and everybody was just either didn't care or they death threats from the audience,
Exactly. I mean, FoxSports.com reported 4 hours ago, Roman Reigns should take a cue from LeBron James. He needs to stop expecting fans to respect him and start demanding it. And that's exactly it. I may have pointed towards when the fans started to revolt, but I also think the issue is that he feels so scripted and unnatural, and I think he has a ton of potential. I want to like Roman. I want to get behind him and his character.
See, I want to hate him. I want to boo him.
He's always smiling.
I want to boo him. I really do. I want to hate him.
Well, that's it. He's got that cocky, badass, the physique fits, the psychology behind his actions fit now. He acts like a heel without being a heel. Like I said, he's always smiling in the ring with everything he does. Everything feels like a joke to him. He's got that I don't give a shit attitude.
Or to him, I would think he would say everything to him feels like a good time. Like he's having a good time. I feel like that's what his smiling's about. It comes off to us as like he seems like it's a joke, but to him it's just, hey, I'm smiling because I'm having a good time.
Yeah, exactly. So where do they go from here? Do you think they'll turn him heel? I'd like to hope so. I'd like to hope that they wisen up. We're going to see him face Braun Strowman at Fastlane, but after that, if they're going to have him face The Undertaker, I don't see how they can't turn him heel. They have to keep him away from being a babyface there. Undertaker is going to get cheered regardless.
Yeah, I would think that he does have to be heel because, he's going to get cheered. Undertaker's going to get cheered so much then. You heard the Royal Rumble. The Undertaker had the biggest cheer. Other than Randy Orton eliminating Reigns and maybe RKOing him, The Undertaker was getting the loudest cheer. And I go, oh my God, this crowd wants The Undertaker to win the Rumble. That's it. That's who they want to win.
They were behind him 110%. The Undertaker that night could have gone ahead, grabbed children out of the crowd, buried him alive, and set him on fire, and the audience still would have went nuts for it.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
Well, he's earned that, though. He's been there for close to 30 years. He's served his time. He's been in some hellacious matches. He's had some of the best feuds. And, he is the true epitome of a company man. He never left.
Yeah, that's true. And he's. It's amazing that he's still here, to be honest. But I just think that going back to why Roman perhaps sucks, that's. I believe that's why he sucks in my eyes, and he sucks to this part of the audience and this part of the fan base. Wrestling wise, he's all right, and entertainment wise, he's there pretty much. It's just that there is that resentment, but I think we also resent him not being a heel. Just make him heel. If you make him heel, put him on a heel run. And then at some point he goes face again, or at some point the Shield reunites. That's what you would do, is make him heel.
Yeah.
Someday maybe and you know what would even be better is if they made him heel, and at one day they made it seem like the Shield was going to reunite because they all had to come together for some reason, and then Roman still turns on them. That would be great. And then
that would be a fantastic idea. And never mind the fact of that, but also as a heel, you see most people when they have to adjust their moveset to not be so, not play to the crowd as much, they go ahead and they tend to refine their work, and they end up looking better in the ring. If he's not aiming to do the Superman punches and the spears as much because he doesn't want to get pops from the crowd, he's going to have to supplement and change what he does in the ring. And that could lead to him fine-tuning and becoming a better wrestler overall, too, which he has improved in recent months, I will say.
Yeah, he's definitely improved in recent months, no doubt about it. He really has. There's more news that we want to get to here. But I really do think, and it would be nice, too. It's too bad because, if Bray Wyatt was on top, too, if Bray Wyatt ends up getting a title and becomes on top, pretty much, it would have been nice to see Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt because they had some of the better chemistry of some of the roster. I think Reigns has had decent matches with Bray Wyatt. He's had a really good matches with AJ Styles. And, right now he's on a show without either one of those guys.
Exactly. And I think they went where they went with Randy Orton and Bray, where they wanted to go with Roman and Bray. I don't think they got to explore and go as far as they wanted to with the storyline aspects of Roman versus Bray Wyatt. Because in the beginning, it was
they're at least doing what
Everybody
they should be doing.
Exactly.
They're doing what they should be doing because Road Dogg and because of the other writing team that's on SmackDown and whoever's writing SmackDown with everybody together, they're doing a better job. They're doing what they should have done with Roman and Bray from the Raw side of things or previously when the WWE wasn't split. And it's because when they weren't split, they didn't really know what they were doing. It felt like just like put these two guys together, and they did, and they gave you something, but there was no capitalization on the thing. So,
no.
Whereas,
there was no payoff.
Right, there was no payoff, and perhaps they didn't even know what they were going to be writing. I don't know. But we do know that on SmackDown, it's like they've got a clear-cut idea of what they're doing. They're writing for ahead of time, it seems, on SmackDown as best they can. Not all the time, but they're trying their best to write on there. Is Roman as good as all these kids and women that cheer for him? I don't think so. Is he as bad as everybody that boos him and wants him to die, Roman die? No. But it comes down to, again, I think the WWE is in Roman's way. They're the ones. They're wondering why he's not over, wondering why it's not working. They are the ones in his way. Instead of the last 3 years, if you'd flipped him heel 2 years ago, a year to a year and a half after that, you might be looking at the number one face in the company selling merch.
Absolutely.
I think he also sucks because of that fucking vest he wears a lot, too. Now, it seems like he might have been taking that off recently. Have you noticed whether the vest has come off or come back, or what's going on with the vest?
I noticed he had the T-shirt on a few more times more recently, so I would certainly hope that he loses that thing. I mean, he hasn't changed his appearance once since he went ahead and split from the Shield. At least Dean Ambrose somewhat reinvented himself, and Seth has multiple times. So
you know what? Just get rid of the vest and get that big-ass Roman Reigns tattoo thing on your stomach. Do like what Brock Lesnar does, Like Brock Lesnar has that giant knife or whatever it is. Just have Reigns do that. Then he look like a badass.
That sword, Yeah, exactly. Go with it.
You know how I would also Roman Reigns may never do this, but one of the best angles for Reigns would be literally, how his daughter was in that picture and he was having tea with his daughter. We had to kind of know about his situation.
That's what I was touching upon with Bray Wyatt.
Here's what I would do. Oh, that's right. The thing with Bray Wyatt. Yeah, they went there a little bit. Yeah, that was great. But here, I would go there again. I would use his family because everybody knows that Roman Reigns has a wife and a kid and everything. I would go the route of he's so heel. He's not. He leaves his wife and his pretty much his kid, and in the story, and he is hooking up with women in the crowd and hooking up with all the women, and he as he's slowly becoming more of a dick, right, and becoming more heel and doing more heel things, He's still trying to smile and say, everybody loves Reigns. There's some haters out there, but most people love Reigns. And then in the back, you know, it'd be great for his wife or somebody to show up, even if they have to have someone play his wife. I don't know. Just to be like...
They've done it before.
Yeah,
so.
just have him be caught hooking up with women. And then it's like, oh my God, Reigns has a wife and a kid, and what could they be thinking about this? And this is terrible. And, you know, Reigns has to come out in the middle of the ring, and he says something like, yeah. He's like, and then he just basically cuts a promo where he's like, that's what I do. Do you see how good I look? Do you see the women out there that are screaming for me? I provide for my family. I love my daughter. But I don't need my family. I don't need my daughter. Because I have the most beautiful women in the world knocking on my door every day. I tried to be a dad. I tried to be a good guy. I tried to please my family, say all the right things in all the interviews. But when it comes down to it, I can get a woman whenever I want, anytime I want. And here's something else I don't need. I don't need any of you people. All I need are the ones that love me, and the ladies love Roman Reigns. That crowd would just boo. And
they would eat that up.
And for Roman to, and then have him get slapped by his wife, have his daughter say something like, Daddy, why don't you come home anymore? And have him say,
exactly.
Oh my God, like it would just be so riveting. That would be unbelievable. And that would be after the heel. Pretty much he's sort of turned already, but not fully. But that would be something that would, oh my God, this guy has turned his back on his daughter and the fans, and he talks about how he just bangs women. Oh my God, dude. I mean, they would probably never do this angle. I don't even know if Roman Reigns himself would be comfortable with this angle, but I would. I don't care. I know I love my family and that it was just a work. We're doing a TV show. If my wife and kid can do it, I would be game fully. Hey, let's make some money.
Absolutely. Like you said, that's the key word right there. Riveting. You know how incredible that would be? That would shut up all the haters almost instantly. That would be a heel move for the ages. We haven't seen anything like that in a long time. I mean, the top heel, quote unquote, on SmackDown right now is a face that runs the place. And his biggest heel move is that he beats up John Cena. You know, right. There's no true grit. There's no realism there.
You know what?
The Miz and Daniel Bryan is as close to as real as it gets.
I would get so dark with this. I'm sorry that people, this absolutely will not happen now, especially this next part, especially with people like Adam Rose and people who've had domestic disturbances. But I honestly would have a camera at the house of Roman Reigns where like one of the WWE officials or somebody WWE hires a counselor to try to meet with Reigns and his wife and stuff. And and during the interview, you know, they're trying to be like, you know, what do you think? What do you still love about her? And they're like doing this stuff, and he's like, and finally his daughter keeps interrupting the interview, kind of, Daddy, da da da. He goes, I told you, we're doing something right now. I don't even want to be here. And then it would be great if she's like, you know, why won't you have tea with me? Why won't you have tea with me or something? And then for him to just get up and smash her fucking dollhouse into pieces and just be like, I told you, I'm not doing this. And then just slam the door and leave. Or for him to start breaking stuff around the house and the cops show up and arrest him. Oh, my God, like a domestic disturbance thing. And a Roman gets arrested. Oh, my God, like they can't do that now. They would never do that now.
No, they wouldn't do that now. But I can only imagine, you know, that emotional and physical, you know, violence.
Yeah, like, I mean, he's not going to hit anybody or anything like that, but it's just his intimidation and just the despicableness of it. And it would hit close to home for a lot of people. It would be, oh my God, would that be unbelievable television if they could do that now? And that's something where it's like, you know, someone's not jerking off on the camera, someone's not taking their tits out, you know, we're not beating up a woman, you know, we're not taking a gun into Pillman's house, but it is something that I feel like is borderline that maybe, you know, but I don't think that could happen, but and I don't want it to happen. If it's not going to be as good as what I just laid out for you, I don't want to see it happening. And I understand that that's going to be controversial, but that will give you ratings. The audience will tune into that. I promise you. Roman Reigns dark like that, and with this kid and the wife, you know, it'd have to be a very slow turn, and then it would have to hit that point then, and that would have to be the catalyst really for it, and then him getting in a rivalry with somebody else at that point. Or maybe some wrestler trying to help, or even, to be honest, the person I would have interjecting into this whole thing would be The Rock. I would have Roman Reigns and The Rock.
I was going to say Dean Ambrose, but The Rock is good too.
No, because Dean is like, you know, you just don't believe that he would, I don't know if you believe he would do that, but The Rock, because, you know, and you could have Roman Reigns say, I hate you. He's like, I hate you. These people have hated me for 3 years. And it's not because
they hate
of me.
Because I'm not you.
It's because of you. And I'm better than you, and they hate me because of you. When you stepped in the ring at the Rumble or whatever, you held up my arm. I despise that. You took my moment away. Another moment in the spotlight for you. All these things that Reigns could do, and then he could start, wearing the suit, and it would just be fantastic. That type of stuff. I mean, maybe I don't have it laid out perfectly, but the work around the ideas of what I just gave. And I feel like this would be gold with Roman Reigns. I mean, it would really shock. It would even shock those kids. I mean, unfortunately for the kids that like him and the people and the women that like him, I think the women would actually like him more if this happened. To be honest, the weird fucking women out there like this.
They like the bad guys. Yeah.
Right. The kids would be the only ones who are. Some of the kids that like him would be the only ones that would be like, whoa, because it'd be like Hulk Hogan, turning NWO back in the day. But
and sadly, I bet you some of the kids could relate, and that they would really resent him. I mean, think about that angle of it too.
This is like what my dad did, or my dad's in jail because of something. Yeah, I mean, it would. I would love to see that. Real. God damn it, I would love to see that. If you guys would like to see that or any version of that, leave it in the comments below down there. Let me know what you think. Does Roman Reigns suck? Why does he suck? Let us know down below. Also, if you guys like what I'm doing here, support me on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. That is my Patreon page. It is February 7th, 2017. So if you're listening to this at a later time, hey, maybe something like this has happened. Or maybe WWE will steal my ideas like they usually do. I doubt they're stealing this one, though, because it's so damn risky. Roman Reigns, can he get better? Will he turn heel? What will happen to make Reigns better? Hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter account is ready to be tweeted by you because it's about 3,000 Twitter followers now after rebuilding, after being suspended. My old Twitter is suspended, folks. It's still suspended. At Joe Cronin Show is suspended still. So follow both just to make sure, but make sure you follow my new one, which is at Joe Cronin JCS. And I'll see you bitches later. Hope you watch some more of my videos and subscribe if you enjoy the content. You don't want to miss the other shit that I'm going to say. Subscribe. And thanks to Jake DeMarco. Hit him up on Twitter at CountdownEnded. And subscribe. We have to end with subscribe. 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 I'm going to get the Undertaker saying that. Subscribe.
That's the way to go. Just subscribe. You're going to do what he does, the rest in peace.
Rest. All right, bye, everybody.